Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mabinogi. If you left the episode at the end of that last episode, when I said this will be the end because of the book, I actually had enough time to run back to Tarlac and turn the book in. So if you missed that because you stopped at that point in the episode, feel free to go back to the previous episode. It's right around the 30-minute mark that we do that. So, there's just a little bit of dialogue, basically, that you might have missed. That said, let's continue on. We're supposed to come here to see Willow again. And we should have a quest involved with him. Willow's request. Talk to Willow. I'm the High Priest of Emain Matcha. Have you heard the rumors that the goddess statues of the dungeon have been destroyed? I wish to discuss the matter with you. Will you meet me at Emain Matcha's church? You also get 3 holy waters of Limelark from this. That's neat. It's always beneficial getting a holy water of Limelark. So, but yeah, that book was long. A lot of it was also just repeat because, like, the notes at the end were basically what were said at the beginning. But it was kind of neat getting a chance to see it, like, the way people said it in, like, their terms, so. It was kind of neat that way, so. But yeah, let's come up here. Also, in case anybody wonders, there is, I believe I've said it before, but there is like a marriage system and like a family system. And if you're human, this is where you can do all that. So each of the 3 races has their own place for getting married. And if you're a giant but getting married to a human, you have to go to the giant place. If you're an elf getting married to a human, you have to go to the elf place. Basically, if you're an elf, you have to get married at the elf place. If you're a giant, you have to get married at the giant place. But if you're a human, you can get married at any of the 3 places. Thus allowing, humans to get married here. Or they can get married in either Vales or Philia with the giants and the elves. So, Serene, James has told me all about your commendable work. He's called you here because you've heard of the statues of the goddess being destroyed at dungeons throughout the land. Suspect the Fomors are behind it. As word of the statues being destroyed have spread, more and more Fomors have been spotted. It is my belief that the statues of the goddess protect Erin. It is their power that prevents the Fomors from invading. To prevent another war, the churches of Limelark have decided to join forces, using the power of the gods to restore the statues. I'd like to enlist your help. I want you to enter the dungeons with the destroyed statues and eliminate the Fomors inside. This will give the priests time to restore the statues. Dungeons are scattered throughout Erin. I'd like you to start with the dungeons near Emain Matcha. Captain of the guard there, Aoden, will point you in the right direction. You should see him immediately. May the gods watch over you. My throat's actually getting dry now. I don't have a drink with me here today, unfortunately. Probably should have gotten one in between episodes, but I think this might end up being the last episode I record just because of, I've got stuff going on early in the morning. I probably should be in bed already, but I probably wouldn't be able to sleep yet anyway. I've been going to bed at like 5 or 6 and not falling asleep till 8, and that's not fun. When you're trying to go to sleep but you just can't at all. So I don't even see. No? Okay, I'm supposed to talk to Aoden. I just didn't see the marker up here, so I got a little confused. Oh well. It is what it is. Also, we will be talking, for those wondering who Rua is, we will be meeting her for the Chain Slash stuff, so. Welcome, Serene. Bishop Willow told me you were coming. To be honest, I wasn't expecting a woman. Not much time left, so I'll be brief. We're currently scouting out which god statues were destroyed. So far, we've determined that the Coil, Rundle, and Piaka dungeons were hit. Oh god. Piaka? Lend us for more command scroll. It's a call to Fomora to invade Aaron to the destroyed statues. I believe we can turn this to our advantage. We can use the scroll as a pass to reach the damaged statues. Take this dungeon pass to Coil. Use it there and you will reach the damaged statue. Aiden hands you the dungeon pass. You have allies you can trust, bring them with you. Once you defeat the Fomoras there, priest will restore the statue. All you need to do is spill as much Fomora blood as possible. Coil Dungeon is a maze of a forest, so be on guard against snakes, spiders, and jackals, as well as Fomora such as sprites, spirits, spiritus, werewolves, and headless monsters. Turn to me once the statue in Coil has been restored. Prepare the pass for your next mission. Thank you, and may the gods watch over you. Coil Dungeon, huh? Ay. Well, alright. Coil it is. You know what? I don't even know where Coil Dungeon is. So I'm just gonna use the book. Coil Dungeon Pass for statue restoration. Coil Dungeon. Coil Dungeon. Emain Matcha Coil Dungeon. Here we go. Coil Dungeon. Where is this? Wow. Oh, okay. I know what dungeon this is. I thought this was Fiode. But no, this is Coil. Okay. Neat. I know what dungeon this is. I thought that's why that sounded familiar. Because, yeah, I know this dungeon. This isn't that bad of a dungeon, honestly. So, should be pretty good in here. We've got our armor on. Morgan, the guardian of the warriors and the goddess of mankind, bless us with the power to protect our loved ones. Bless us with the courage to use the power for justice, the knowledge and wisdom to carry out the good deeds. Bless us with the love that encompasses all things we gain through the wisdom and knowledge, and protect us something. Didn't read the rest of that. Oh yeah, doesn't this skip some of these dungeons? Here's your sword will be reawakened once more. Feeling like some of these dungeons get skipped just because that's something they did. Let me find out. I mean, if it takes us actually into the dungeon, then that's fine. It did. No? We're outside the dungeon again. So I guess we didn't have to actually do that one. Oh boy. Alright, I gotta figure out where we are at. Willow's request. That didn't actually take me down to Willow's request. Willow's request. Drop the pass. Proceed to the next room. Cutscene will occur, clearing the dungeon. 1-floor version of Rundle normal. Okay, so we do actually have to do Rundle. But we do not have to do Piaka. Oh, thank God. I did not want to do Piaka. We do have to do Rundle, though. But that's fine. I don't mind Rundle. So, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to do Coil, because Coil's not terrible. So, like, it does mean that we don't get to see all of the dungeons through this, because it is having us skip some of them. But that's alright, I guess. But I'm looking through this and it's like, here's a bunch of dungeons. And then it's like, oh, but there's only like 2. Berry normal, Fiode. Oh, we have to do Berry and Fiode. Rabby. Math. So it's just these 2. It's just Coil and Piaka that we're not doing. That's slightly annoying. I'm gonna do all of the dungeons. I might as well do all of the dungeons. Oh well. So I assume we're going back to Eoden. Yes. Back to Eoden. Receive the Rundle Dungeon Pass. It's good to see you in one piece. Did you run into any trouble at Coil Dungeon? I didn't even do it. Like, the quest just, like, skipped right on ahead and didn't even have me do anything. The next destination is Rundle Dungeon. Give you the pass, so please, find the destroyed statue. To take care of the Femora, the priest will restore the statues. Rundle is the resting place of a band of cursed pirates. Be wary of skeletons, mimics disguised as treasure chests, and old pirate weapons that have taken a life of their own. Once the statue at Rundle has been restored, return here and I'll have the next pass ready. And at least I'm glad that Piaka doesn't freaking get, like, we don't have to deal with Piaka dungeon. Ugh. I'm sure that you would normally have been much stronger for this section. That's one reason that they, like, did that, because Piaka is not fun at all. Like, I don't even think I could even do it on normal. I'm gonna be honest. Piaka is a very, very difficult freaking dungeon. Like, I honestly don't think I could do it even on normal, because the boss has, like, special mechanics and things. You have to, like, hit it with, like, a specific weapon that you have to, like, craft while you're in the dungeon and stuff like that. It is a nightmare to run regular Piaka. And maybe I will show you guys that someday, but it's not gonna happen now. Oh yeah, I'm going to the wrong spot. Rundle is actually down by this moon gate, I believe. Watch as I actually was closer to it the other way. Pretty sure Rundle's like right around here though. Because I always go down this way. Yeah, it's right here. I was gonna say, I always go this way to try and get out of that main matcha. It's actually like way the frick up here you have to go. I always go down here and end up in Rundle. That's why I know where Rundle is, because I always end up at Rundle trying to leave at main matcha. I just use moon gates. I use moon gates for everything, I will admit. Because scrap it, honestly. Alright, so I mean, Rundle's not terrible either. This is one of the better ones, I feel like. It's not the greatest, but it's one of the better ones, so. Go ahead and pop into Rundle, or Rundle, whatever. The dungeon has not been cracked yet. Whatever that means. Alright, we are actually in a dungeon. Oh my god, it's huge! Oh yeah. That's how you do Chainblade. You successfully hunted Pirate Skeleton. Screw you and your defense. Nope, that's the real chest. Nice. Normally I would have the spinning slasher for that, but I don't. Ooh. It's one of these things. Alright. This is why I've been carrying this Great Spirit Puck support. So as long as I have that equipped, I need to activate it. Flying support puppet activated. That one over there. So it tells me which one of these is the real switch and which ones are fake. And if that seems like kind of excessive and cheaty in any way, just know that there's going to come a dungeon that basically requires the support pet to get through in this same generation. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It basically requires it. So, it's really a pain. It really is. Also, I hate that it does the stupid, these, like, shields here. It can be a little bit of a pain, too. There's our mimics. I wish that I could do this without the shields. That one's a mimic. Also, I kind of wish that I had the spinning slasher, as then I wouldn't have to actually use Dorcha to see any of these. Because I could just walk up, hit the button, and it would give me an arrow if it's a fake chest. But I don't have that. here, unfortunately. So, whoop, there's more rooms this way, apparently. Oh yeah, this is like the way to go, actually. How about that? I didn't even notice. Hello, flying swords. Which are very deadly. Apparently I've killed them before because it didn't give me a collection journal for that. Like, it didn't do anything for my hunting journal. Collect that. Oh well, it is what it is. It be what it be, as they say. Oh, that one's real. I can tell because it didn't deal any damage to the chest. Watch as it was a mimic though. Just because like I didn't put it, like I put it on the edge or something. Like one of these times that's gonna happen. Ooh, Torture Masteries is perfect trained. Neat. I wasn't even trying to. I just didn't pay attention. That's fine. Torture Mastery. Yay! That gives us 11 Torture now instead of just 10. Neat. Should be using the skills a little bit more though. But I'm kind of trying to save a lot of my Dorcha. Because I have so little at this point. So. Bang, bang, bam. Just gotta kill these skeletons. See, this is why I like Chain Slash. It makes this a lot easier. That said, I guess I don't technically have to kill every enemy. Pop. Got them both. I guess I don't technically have to kill every enemy in here. I just am. Because technically that is the quest, but it's also not required for the quest. Oh boy, which one's the real one? One of these two? It's that one over there. This one over here. Well, let's see if we can remember it's that one all the way over there. Because it doesn't look like we're going to get over to that one anytime soon. But I saw which one it was already. In case you somehow missed what it is that I'm looking at, the real one, the one that you can hit to like open doors and such, gives off a particle effect when you have the support puppet active. So, that said, they just released, like, yesterday, a new support puppet. So, Puck should finally go down in price. Or if not, then there should be a new support puppet that people can get that isn't Puck now, because they just released a new one. Puck is a support puppet that was added back in, I think, Gen like 14, something like that. Their Shakespeare arc, as they call it. And basically, if you weren't lucky enough to play during that time, as most of us weren't, because it's only recently that like the game has become big in the last few generations here. Like it was always a success, but it had never become as big as it is now. So and so unless you were lucky enough to have played that long ago, you basically couldn't get your hands on Puck, which makes it very, very difficult, if not impossible, to do this generation of dungeons. And, you know, you might be looking at it right now going, well, Serene, can't you just, you know, hit the right, you just hit all the orbs or whatever. Yes, you can. And in this dungeon, not a big deal. It actually isn't. Like, I could do this without the puck. Easy. It's not a big deal. But there is a dungeon later on where if you hit the wrong one, even once, you basically lose the entire dungeon. It is kind of ridiculous. Dorcha Mastery can now be upgraded. Might as well wait until I get the perfect training on Dorcha Mastery, just because... Oh hey, I had Bakram Boost. I didn't even notice. Let's advance the Chain Impale. Let me keep advancing Chain Crush a bit too. It uses the same Dorcha, and actually I think deals more damage. Let's get that Chain Sweep. That I think was Chain Blade Mastery. Rank C. Yeah, it's so super... Oh, it was Chain Sweep. Okay. Chain Blade. Super easy to level. I'm not kidding. It really is. Like, I'm rank 1 in most of my skills on my main. And it's one of few skills that I'm actually really high in like that. Because it is just easy to level most of these skills. Most. Not all. But most. Like, you use them all when you play a Chain Slash. You really do. So, you are almost guaranteed to level up your Dorcha Snatch, your Dorcha Mastery, and your Chain Blade Mastery, all to rank 1, before you've even gotten any of these skills to rank A, because it's just so easy to level those. Because you're just regularly using that to build up Dorcha, you know? It's so easy. Especially if you're talented in this Chain Slash, and even if you're not, it's still easy. It's a little bit longer, but it's still just as easy. So, open the door with the dungeon room key. Almost there to the end. Hey, there's some herbs here, but I'm not gonna bother with them. Bam. Big lucky finish. And poor Ruby's just like, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's like, I don't have Divine Link. I don't get it for quite a long time. You're kind of useless in battle at the moment, pet. Divine Link is amazing. But having a pet in battle before Divine Link is pretty much useless. They're gonna die almost right away, even on low tier enemies. This is just the herbs. I don't need to go down there, I think. Nope, those are just base herbs. I don't need those. Like I do, I need to actually gather base herbs to level up my herbalism, but I have so many of them in my homestead that I really don't need to use them to get them here. Maybe if they were a high tier, like a sunlight or something like that, maybe. But not just base herbs. I really just don't need base herbs right now. I'm barely leveling my potion making as is, so... And that's with all the stuff that I have. So I really just don't need any more base herbs. Oh, I just got Dorcha Snatch up to rank C. You'll notice that everything else is still like rank E or even F. And Dorcha Snatch is already rank freaking C there. That's because honestly you don't need to use the skills all the time to get, you know, really good damage and stuff. You know, for like things that require you to deal a lot of damage in a very short period of time, you do. But unlike World of Warcraft or things like that, where bosses have like a berserk, you know, a berserk meter, a rage counter, whatever you want to call it, Nothing really in Mabinogi has anything like that, so you don't necessarily need to deal massive damage all the time. You can. It does get you through things faster, but you don't need to. So there's never really a damage check in time. There is stuff that's damage check. Like this Cyclops might give me a lot of trouble here if I don't use some skills. But you can see how little damage I did, and that was with the skill there. I have enough torture. Ow. That was some damage. Growl, growl, growl. Dead. Got him. Morgan, the guardian of the warriors and goddess of mankind, blessed with the power of our loved ones. So with the courage to use that power for justice, the knowledge and wisdom to carry out the good deeds. So it's with the love that encompasses all things and protects us in the name of that love. That's what that line was. This is the same line, so... I pray that your sword will be reawakened once more as my head twitches back and forth because the camera is glitching out really, really heavily. There we go. It's Morgan. Clear Rundle Dungeon. How about that? I actually get a reward from this dungeon because I did it this time. Instead of just seeing the cutscene and going on from there. I was gonna say, I think I do anyway. Yeah, right over here. What kind of reward did we get from Rundle? Mana Herb's not bad. Rundle Boss Trial Dungeon Pass. Don't think so. No thanks. Tail Cap I can use, though. I'm not gonna use it for, like, my character. But I can... The items like that can be used as what is called spirit food. Let me turn off the skill. That way it doesn't continue to use up the time. It does have a time limit. It's 2 hours per day. So I want to get that turned off so it doesn't waste it. So, just like your pets have a time limit that they can be summoned for, a lot of the stuff in this game, these special items and things, have time limits for how long you can utilize their abilities for. So, it can be a little bit annoying that everything has a time limit. But it's a free MMO. The idea is that you spend real money so that, they can keep the servers up and everything. To get these things that are then time gated. That way, they can afford to actually run the MMO. Because if nobody is paying for it, it's microtransactions. If nobody's paying for it, then they can't keep it running, It's not a free MMO. It's not free. It's free to play, but it's not free. If you really want the good stuff, if you want to be able to do all of the things, you have to pay. Which is fine. I don't have a big problem with microtransactions, honestly. Done Emain Matcha a great service. All that remains is the statue of Piaka Dungeon. Please help us one more time. Aiden hands you the pass. Piaka Dungeon is haunted by the undead. Powers of the other world flow through that place. Let your guard down for a moment while you're there. Once the statue is repaired, return to me. Do this and Emain Matcha will be safe again. Good luck. Oops. I wonder if they ever fix that glitch. Probably not. There used to be a glitch in this game where some of the dungeons were supposed to be skipped, but they weren't. And so you get the dungeon has been skipped cutscene, but then you still have to do the dungeon. And it doesn't increment your quest either, otherwise you could just skip over it. Also, I can't do anything about the technique blinking down there. It's really annoying, but I can't do anything about that because those are techniques. I have to do Gen 22 in order to do that. I can't even start Gen 22 yet. Let me show you Gen 22. Look at this. Gen 22. Cumulative level 5,000. So, also I've always wondered what the prerequisite for this is. Tutorials complete. Please start when conditions are met. Player who saves the goddess title and goddess's enchant. Alright, Piyaka Dungeon. That is this one over here. Which makes sense. It's, you know, the one right next to freaking... Hey, look, the moon gate's working. The one right next to freaking M.A. Matcha, you know? Alright, well, here we go. Piyaka Dungeon. Skip. Because it's just going to go straight to the cutscene and should skip it. Seriously, Jennifer, why do we have to go all the way out here? Are you saying that we should leave Gun here all alone? Dangerous place like this? I'm sorry for dragging you two into this. All we need to do is check the statue of the goddess, so that shouldn't take too long. Don't worry about it. You and the others have been busy checking out the scenes. We can't just sit idly by and watch all this happen, you know? Problem is, who takes care of the mess left behind? Ha ha ha! And downstairs into Bangor. Or whatever this dungeon is called. That's a lot of femurs. That's not a good thing. And Retire comes to save the day. Or something to that effect, I guess? Never quite understood this cutscene. I knew it. The statue here is quite damaged too. It's also losing the protective powers. It should be no time before the separation caused by the goddess breaks. If we don't restore this fast... I hear something. There's Retire. Hey Price, what are you doing here? I can dig like no one else. I mean, I heard that you all went to the dungeon, so I was just wondering if there's something exciting going on inside. Ha ha ha! Oh jeez, we're not here to play around. The statue of Goddess has been destroyed. There's no way one can tell if the femurs will suddenly ambush us. What? I'm beginning to regret following you guys. Let's just get out of here right now. Now! Okay then, thanks for helping out everyone. Wait, didn't Price just come from the inside, not from the door? Whatever, maybe I saw it wrong. I think the idea is that, that's Retire. So he just beat up, like, all the femurs that were literally about to ambush them. So, that seems to be what that's insinuating, because, he's Retire. He's still strong. He just hasn't actively, fought in a while, And remember that nobody knows that he's Retire. Everybody knows him as Price. So, everybody thinks he's just Price the merchant. But he's actually Retire, the Knight of Light. Or one of the Knights of Light, anyway. Because remember, there's also Lou. Lou, the Knight of Light. Or Lug. Maybe it's also Lug. Maybe it's Lug, maybe it's Lou. I think we're going to see Willow now. Nope, talking to Aoden. I think I can just get there through here, too. Yeah, in fact, that was actually a little bit faster. Just go that way. Great work, Serene. The main march is in your debt. The other towns are working on restoring their statues, but for more mounting resistance. I suspect that the other towns will hear of your work here. They'll ask for your help. I hope that you lend them your strength, as you did here. I have a question for you, if that's alright. Are you really the Knight of Light who rescued the goddess? James told me it was you. Thank you for everything, and please, take care of yourself. Yay! Hey, we're level 38 now. Neat. Got a lot of experience, got a lot of gold, got some holy water. Now Comgen's request, which means it's off to Bangor. But I think I will head off to Bangor in the next episode. So I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. Check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. That way you can get caught up on any of the episodes you might have missed. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. See you later. Oh wait, I didn't do the thing. Hang on. Gotta do the thing. See you later.